Breaking news is shaking America this morning, and every senior citizen in the country is buzzing with anticipation. Former President Donald Trump has confirmed what millions have been hoping for, a massive Social Security raise that could see checks going up for every senior across the nation. This announcement has sparked excitement, confusion, and even a bit of skepticism, as people are trying to figure out exactly what this means for their monthly benefits, when they can expect to see the increase, and how it will impact the future of Social Security itself. Whether you're retired, nearing retirement, or simply planning ahead, this news could affect you in ways you might not even realize yet. So, let's break it all down and uncover the truth behind Trump's bold statement, how it could reshape retirement income for millions, and why it's creating waves across both Washington and Wall Street. The announcement came during a highly anticipated event where Trump addressed seniors directly, promising to protect and grow Social Security like never before. In his signature style, he claimed that under his leadership, seniors would see the largest raise in their Social Security checks in decades. For many retirees living on fixed incomes, these words felt like a lifeline. Rising costs of groceries, skyrocketing housing expenses, and higher medical bills have left many older Americans struggling to stretch every dollar, even as Social Security checks arrive each month. A significant raise would mean more breathing room, less stress at the pharmacy counter, and a little extra security in the golden years that so many have worked their entire lives to enjoy. But the big question remains: how real is this promise? How big is the raise? And when would it actually take effect? To understand the potential impact, we first need to look at the state of Social Security today. The program currently provides benefits to over 66 million Americans, including retirees, disabled workers, and surviving family members. Every year, benefits are adjusted through the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA, which is designed to keep pace with inflation. In recent years, COLA increases have been larger than usual due to soaring inflation, with some retirees seeing checks rise by 8.27%, the biggest jump in decades. But even those historic increases haven't fully offset the rapid rise in everyday expenses. That's why a pledge for an even more substantial raise has caught so much attention. Trump is not just talking about routine adjustments tied to inflation. He's signaling a deliberate boost, a political move aimed directly at seniors who feel Washington has forgotten them. Critics are already asking how such a raise would be funded. Social Security is primarily financed through payroll taxes, and experts have been warning for years that the program faces long-term financial challenges. Without reform, the Social Security Trust Fund could face shortfalls within the next decade, potentially forcing benefit cuts if no action is taken. So when Trump promises to increase benefits, many analysts immediately question whether that's sustainable without either raising taxes, borrowing more money, or cutting spending elsewhere. Supporters of the plan, however, argue that America's seniors have earned these benefits through a lifetime of work and contributions, and that prioritizing them is not just fair, it's morally necessary. They claim that strong economic growth and better management of federal funds could make this raise possible without harming the economy. Reactions from seniors themselves have been overwhelmingly emotional. Across social media and community centers, retirees are sharing stories of how even a few extra $100 a month could change their lives. For someone choosing between paying the electric bill or buying essential medications, this kind of raise could mean dignity and peace of mind. Imagine being able to fill prescriptions without worrying about skipping meals. Imagine being able to fix a broken water heater or replace a set of tires without going into credit card debt. For many older Americans, Social Security isn't just a check, it's their lifeline, and that's why any talk of increasing it is bound to spark such intense hope. Political analysts see this announcement as more than just an economic proposal. It's a strategic move in an election season where seniors make up one of the most reliable voting blocs in the country. Promising to boost Social Security checks is one of the fastest ways to win favor among older voters, and it's a promise that grabs headlines instantly. But will Trump's words translate into action? Historically, sweeping Social Security reforms have been extremely difficult to pass through Congress, especially when the plan involves increasing benefits without clear funding sources. Even presidents with strong majorities in both chambers have struggled to make major changes to the program. That said, Trump's ability to dominate the political conversation and push bold initiatives should not be underestimated. As the story continues to develop, many economists are trying to calculate just how large this massive raise could be. Some estimates suggest Trump's plan might involve a permanent across-the-board boost of several percentage points on top of the standard COLA, potentially putting thousands of extra dollars in seniors' pockets each year. If implemented immediately, such a raise could dramatically improve the financial security of millions of retirees. However, others warn that unless there's a long-term fix for Social Security's funding gap, such a raise could simply speed up the timeline for when the program's trust fund runs low. This is why some experts believe any benefit increase would need to be paired with broader reforms, such as adjusting payroll tax caps, revisiting retirement age thresholds, or reallocating federal spending priorities. The financial markets have also taken notice. When a major political figure announces plans to increase federal spending on programs like Social Security, investors start wondering how it might impact the economy overall. Will consumer spending rise as seniors have more disposable income? Will it add to inflationary pressures if more money floods into the economy? Or will it actually help stabilize communities as retirees have more confidence and security? These questions have real consequences, as market reactions can influence everything from interest rates to stock prices and even the value of the US dollar. On the ground, though, most seniors aren't thinking about market theories or congressional gridlock. They're thinking about whether they'll finally have enough to cover all their bills without cutting corners. Many retirees who spent their working years paying into Social Security feel they deserve to see their benefits keep up not just with inflation, but with the rising cost of living in a modern economy. A raise would mean less dependence on credit cards, fewer tough choices, and a chance to live retirement with dignity rather than constant anxiety. For some, this announcement feels like a long overdue recognition of their struggles. For others, it feels too good to be true, just another campaign promise that might never materialize. It's also worth noting how this announcement could affect younger Americans. Many workers under 50 have expressed doubts about whether Social Security will even exist by the time they retire. A major benefit increase now, without clear funding reform, might deepen those concerns. But supporters argue that by strengthening the program today and proving that it can deliver real value to retirees, public confidence in Social Security could actually grow, motivating future reforms to keep it solvent for generations to come. What happens next will depend on how this proposal moves through the political system. Will Congress get behind it? Will economists craft a plan that's both generous to seniors and financially responsible for the nation? Will the promise of a massive raise turn into concrete legislation, or will it remain just a headline-grabbing talking point? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Trump's statement has put Social Security back at the center of America's political debate, and millions of seniors are now watching every move with intense interest. If you're a retiree, you're probably wondering what you should do right now. Should you expect more money in your next check? Should you plan your finances around this announcement? For now, experts advise caution. Until there's an official vote or a signed piece of legislation, nothing is guaranteed. But it's worth staying informed, because if this raise becomes reality, it could have an immediate and powerful impact on your monthly income. And if it sparks broader reforms to strengthen Social Security, it could shape the program for decades to come. This is one of those moments where politics meets real life, where decisions made in Washington could directly affect the food on your table, the medications in your cabinet, and the peace of mind you feel when you go to bed at night. Whether you're skeptical, excited, or somewhere in between, you can't ignore how big this announcement really is. Trump's confirmation of a massive Social Security raise is more than just news. It's a signal that the fight over the future of retirement in America is heating up. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. In the coming weeks, expect more details, more debates, and plenty of reactions from every corner of the country. Seniors will be watching, politicians will be posturing, and economists will be crunching the numbers to figure out what this all really means. But one thing is clear, the spotlight is back on Social Security, and millions of Americans are hoping this is the start of something truly transformative.